Phulwari 1984 film. Phulwari is a 1984 Indian Hindi language drama film directed by Mukul Dutt and produced by Tarachand Barjatya. The screenplay was also written by Dutt. It stars Debashree Roy and Shashi Puri. The music was composed by Raj Kamal, with lyrics by Quadri and Gustakh. Plot: Aaron meets Rajiv Mathur, the newly assigned welfare inspector of the forest office at the station. Rajiv says that he is headed for Talpur. Aaron informs him that Talpur is very far from that place and offers Aaron his hospitality for that day. Rajiv arrives at his place and discovers that he is a rich person. Aaron also discovers that Rajiv is carrying a flute with him. At night he requests Rajiv to play the flute. While playing the flute, they are interrupted by the sudden arrival of a beautiful young woman at his room. The young woman happens to be Lali, the younger sister of Aaron. On the next day, he drops Rajiv to his allocated office. Rajiv attends Lali's birthday party but is interrupted by Pierre, a servant at Aaron's house, who informs him that a man from his provision has been severely bitten by a mad dog and immediately needs to be taken to the doctor. Just when Rajiv is about leave, Lali stalls him, saying that it is simply Pierre's job to take the wounded man to the doctor. She continues, saying that this whole thing is being done in order to spoil her birthday party. Rajiv is stunned at Lali's rudeness and openly declares that she is selfish, who does not care for anyone except herself. Lali once comes to visit Rajiv and apologizes for her behavior to him. Eventually she began to visit him and Rajiv slowly forms an affection towards her. Lali one day inquires Rajiv as to whether he loves her. Rajiv initially fumbles but finally confesses to her his feelings. Lali also smartly declares that she is also in love with him. Aaron arranges for Rajiv and Lali's wedding. In the meantime, Lali once arrives at Rajiv's place but is unable to find him there. She looks for him here and there and discovers him along with Mangli, his maidservant, in a brook. Lali forms the prejudice that Rajiv has an illegitimate affair with Mangli and intends to marry her only because of her wealth. On the day of their wedding, Lali fumes at Rajiv. She declares in front of everyone that she is no more willing to marry him as she thinks that he is a fraud and hypocrite. Mangli comes to visit Lali and reveals that she accidentally fell into the brook and Rajiv luckily saved her life on the day she discovered them far from the top of the hill. A repentant Lali once again arrives at Rajiv's place but discovers that Rajiv has left without any information about where he has headed to. Gradually, Lali becomes dejected, and to find solace she goes on a pilgrimage. Once standing on the bank of a river, she feels that her life has come to a meaningless term. Feeling guilty, she flings herself into the river but is saved by some of the people who were present at that moment. When she regains her consciousness, she meets an elderly woman to whom she tells everything about her life. Now that woman endeavors to reinstate her faith and hope. Coincidentally, Rajiv appears, and it is discovered that he is the son of that woman. Lali fails to restrain her tears and falls at his feet. Rajiv forgives her and they reunite. Cast, crew, soundtrack. The music of the film was composed by Raj Kamal.